What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to have a look at a new type of card, something new, something different, something weird, which is coming around for the One Piece TCG, and it is this Manga Rare event card, Divine Departure. And I called it a Manga Rare, but let me immediately correct myself. It's not a Manga Rare. At least as far as I am aware, it's not a Manga Rare. Firstly, we literally have already seen Manga Rare lore from this set. We know what the Manga Rare is in this set. We know the Manga Rare is lore. We don't need to have a big question as to, is this a new Manga? No, lore's the Manga Rare from this set. But it's blatantly manga artwork. Look at the top right-hand corner, no artist credit. That, incidentally, is a dead giveaway. If there's no artist credit in the top right-hand corner, that means it is Oda artwork. It is manga artwork. And just before we get fully into this, I need to remind you that I am doing a Whatnot box break of Premium Booster 01 at 7:30 PM UK time tonight. So use the discount code in the description, whatnot.com/invite/thewassie. Get yourself some free credit. Come and join in. We'll open a box of Premium Booster 01 and it's going to be awesome. Or just come and chat One Piece if you want. It's all good. So it is a manga card because it's using manga artwork. And it's an event card, not a character. But it's not a Manga Rare. But look at the foiling on the card. Look at the fact that we've got those little gold swirls are actually kind of gold foiling embossed on the card, which is generally not what we see from alternate arts. The event, the name and all of that, and the cost is embossed in gold. This is not your regular alternate art card. This is not like some new thing. Like, here's the alternate art of Sanji as Nami. I showed you this one the other day, but now we've got a photograph of it. These are not the same kind of alternate arts. The Sanji's got texture and foiling and all of that. It is exactly what we would expect to see from a regular, ordinary, everyday, run-of-the-mill alternate art. This is not the same, and I don't want to treat this like a regular alternate art card. This is not a regular alternate art card. The fact that it's got foiling on the cost, the fact that it's got foiling on the name and the traits at the bottom of the card, the fact that it's got the foiling embossed as part of the artwork, the fact that it is just manga art, all of this is different and new. Although I should say, actually, the alternate arts of Luffy and Law in this set, like the regular alternate arts, are using manga Oda artwork, which is kind of cool. That's a thing. But again, this is not the same. This is not the same kind of card. This is, and I put it on the thumbnail and I stand by this, this is a new type of card which presents all kinds of questions. Like, is this just a regular alternate art? By which I mean, is it got the regular kind of pull rates? Is it an equivalent to the others? And it's just got a different kind of foiling and manga artwork? Or is this something else? For the time being, there's no suggestion on the tweet that was put out officially or anything like that this is other than a regular alternate art. I mean, what they said on the tweet when they put it out was, introducing the cards included in the booster pack Royal Bloodline OP10, which will be released on Saturday, November the 30th. This time it is a parallel version of the event card Kimihiki. And then if we look at what they said about the Nami, which was also revealed with Monet, the parallel illustration cards of Sanji Monet included in the booster pack Royal Bloodline, which will be released on Saturday, November the 30th, are now available. Same kind of thing. Same kind of announcement. They're not making a big deal about the fact. Or are they? Because the Nami was put out like we would generally expect it to be put out, with a photograph. A photograph which shows off the foiling and texture and all of that. That is how the Japanese Twitter account puts out these alternate arts. Whereas this was just put out with a scan, a picture, a render, I think technically is the word. But then again, they gave us a render of Sanji the other day. So the answer is pass. There's a lot going on here that we just don't really know. For the time being, it looks to just be a new fancy kind of alternate art. Using the manga, but accentuating it with some gold foiling, But then foiling up the cost and the name, that is what really does it for me, because that is a way of setting it apart from other alternate arts. This is a way of making this a really special card in a way that regular alternate arts just aren't. And this is fascinating to me. Now, of course, back in OP03, we got our first alternate art event card. That was Fire Fist. And at the time, that was incredibly weird and confusing, because we'd had 2 whole sets with alternate arts that had only been characters. And then all of a sudden, Bandai come out with, oh yeah, by the way, mate, just to let you know, alternate art event, don't worry about it. That was a big deal. That was a big change. That represented something different. Well, here we are again, and to be fair, most of our alternate art events nowadays are in special collections and products rather than actually in sets proper. Now we've got this, and this is not your normal, ordinary, everyday, run-of-the-mill alternate art event. Bandai have gone out of their way with the manga artwork, with the accentuating with the foiling number and name. They have gone out of their way to set it apart. There is no indication this is going to be rarer than a regular alternate art. It doesn't seem to be an actual manga rare, but they have gone out of their way to set it apart from a regular alternate art, and that is incredibly interesting and relevant. Now, what does it actually do? Well, it's a 1-cost red event, and it's got main. You may rest 5 of your Don to KO one of your opponent's characters with 8,000 power or less. So it's not really a 1-cost. Wait for it. If you're playing it as a main, it's really a 6-cost, because you pay the 1 to play it, and then you have to rest 5 Don to activate it. But it's a 6-cost that just KOs an 8k or lower. And yeah, there are some characters out there that are above 8k, we all know that, but they're few and far between, and they come out in the late game, and a lot of the time this will be a way to just KO one of your opponent's characters on the board, which is a pretty big deal. It also has a counter, which gives your leader a 3k bump during this battle. Cool. Just basically means your leader survives one. So as a counter, very cheap card. Comes out, gives you that 3k bump. 3k for 1 cost is nice. Because remember, if it was just a 2k counter card, it'd be 2k for 1 card. Here it's 3k for 1. Yay! But, although you do have to pay the 1 Don, obviously. But the point is, very nice as a counter. And I actually really like it as a main as well. Even though it gets expensive and is effectively a 6 cost, the fact you get to KO an 8k or less is very relevant. But it's the art of this that really fascinates me. And I've still really seen some people not liking the art, and all I can say is, this just looks like a panel of the manga. Like, this is what fight scenes look like in the manga quite a lot. And I can completely understand why some people might not like them, but this just looks like Oda artwork from the manga. And as someone who loves the manga and is deep into their second read-through, I'm just saying I'm a big fan. I think this is brilliant. I love it. This is cool. So, we're left with a lot of questions, and I don't have answers for you. Is this just a regular alternate art with nothing different? Well, no. Because of the manga artwork and because of the way they've done the foiling, and again, it's especially the fact that they've foiled the cost and the name. That is the kind of thing you do to set a card apart, because they generally don't do that for the cost and the name of alternate arts. But what does this mean? Are we just going to get 1 or 2 of these every set for event cards, and they're just a new type of alternate art, same rarity, same pull rates, just different in their design? Might be. Just like, if they brought in a new artist, for instance. Or is this going to be something more? Are we going to find that the pull rates for this are a fair bit lower? I don't know. Nobody really knows. From everything we've seen from how they've shown it off, it would just appear to be an ordinary, everyday, run-of-the-mill alternate art. But look at the card. It's not an ordinary, everyday, run-of-the-mill alternate art. And that's what I find so fascinating about this, because I don't know how to mesh those two things together. The fact that it's been revealed as if it's just a regular alternate art, but then the fact that it is clearly not just a regular art. For what it's worth, over on Twitter, the manga lore is described as a super parallel version of the card, whereas this is described as a parallel version. So I'm sure it's not a new manga rare. I'm just not 100% sure exactly what it is. I mean, the best guess at the moment is just regular alternate art with weird foiling. But why would they do this for one and not the other? Don't know. But we can figure it out, and you can tell me what you think in the comment section. So go nuts, but be nice, would ya? And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWasi. That's where we talk about One Piece and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.